welcome to Secured Sessions. I have something to say.
What the people want to know.
If you guys didn't already know, if you listen to this podcast, chances are you probably take it too. There's a nationwide Adderall and Vyvanse shortage. And I haven't had Adderall in a fucking month. I'm raw dogging reality and life, and I'm slurping this coffee, just praying and hoping that like it turns into like amphetamine salts.
Everyone's lucky that anything has gotten done.
Anything. Like, there's no outline for this episode. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We have guests coming from Houston, and they're like, oh, we can't wait to come on. I'm like, well, I'm stoked. I hope.
With the shortage, I went in to get my Adderall as a neurodivergent myself.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they were like, oh, sorry, you need to come back. We don't have it. And I was like, you're never going to see me again. How would you tell someone with ADHD they have to come back? I'm like, you know how hard it was for me to even get here?
Yeah. You're like, I might forget and go to a gas station and not even remember where I'm supposed to go.
I didn't. And then, I didn't have it for like a month.
Oh, yeah. It's been rough. I was like, do I go to the streets? Do I take to the streets and find a non-prescription pharmaceutical salesman? Yeah. No, not meth.
They sell meth under the bridge.
What bridge?
Just all of them.
Every last
all of the bridges. I know a guy.
You're like, just go to a bridge. You'll find it. You know where.
Under.
They'll know what you want. Especially me going under a bridge.
What do you
like,
think the
like
price of meth is? Like actual.
So I'm glad you asked because my ex sold it for a little bit.
How much was it?
And one time I did it by accident. This is a story.
No.
Yes.
Can you say that?
Yes. Yeah. I literally talked about passing out from anal on you. Like, I'll say whatever. I don't care at this point. So, okay. Flashback to me living in a trap house, Julie. I'm not sure if you ever knew that about me, but
let me get settled.
Like, flashback. When I lived in Corpus, I dated a lad who, a young lad. When I met him, he was a personal trainer.
A meth lad.
Yeah, meth lad. Please. Oh, thank you for carrying this episode today.
You're so welcome.
When I met him, he was a personal trainer. He was a tutor. He was in college. He was just like fucking fine as shit. And literally what Corpus does to you if you don't leave is you'll either end up in jail, a drug dealer, pregnant with like 16 children, or in the oil field.
Corpus to Jerry Springer pipeline.
Exactly, the clear pipeline. Or Dr. Phil, as y'all saw in the last clip. We had someone literally go on Dr. Phil because a teacher was dating a student and they went on there.
Oh, I was almost like lucky. And then I was like, wait.
Yeah, well,
if you're on it, you might.
Honestly, should we fake some drama and go on Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Okay, this is my ADD kicking in.
And?
Music to the situation. I'm
like, shit,
like, fuck you, Big Pharma. I hate you. Go ahead.
The way I just went with it too. I'm like, yeah, we should. Because it's been on my mind. Okay, back
please.
To the
okay, yes, the meth lab. So, which it wasn't actually. It was like a conglomerate. It was like the United Nations of drug dealers, which I think we're outside of the statute of limitations. If not, this is all a joke and an anecdote that isn't serious. So
we're also liars and we make things up.
Yeah, I don't have my medication. I could be lying about everything I say today. Y'all don't know. Thanks, Big Pharma. So, basically, we meet, we fall in love as you do at a club, how it goes. I move in with him to my parents' utter disdain. And yeah, then I find out because he made a joke about being like a drug dealer. I was like, ha, okay. No, he
sold.
I walk into this house for the first time, funny enough, on Cartagena Street, which is like in Colombia. What are the odds, right? Which is like where cocaine comes from. I don't know. So it's him and 3 other dudes, and they all just sell different things. And they're all just coming together in a trap home to
abode.
In a humble abode.
Trap abode.
Not a trap house, a trap home. It was a home. So it's where you make it. So they're all really cool. But there were parties every day. Like they never stopped. As you can imagine, in a trap home, just people, it's a constant revolving door and everyone sells different stuff. So you might want an upper, a downer, or whatever, but people could just come in and get whatever they please. So I'm in there, I'm in college at the time, just doing my little studies and my homework. Then I had Adderall. Must have been nice. And which is why I graduated.
I can only imagine the days.
Imagine, yeah.
Those were the days.
Before it was cut too, which is another conspiracy theory I'll get into another day. But yeah, dude. So I'm in his room and they're partying. He's like, hey, Rebecca, come out. And I was like, okay. Like it was like a Friday or Saturday. I was ready to go. So hypothetically, in theory, I was like, let me just do some drugs in powder form. So I look around and there was always like, he always had stuff laying around because that's what he sold. And I was like, oh, okay, great. I find this little plate, find a little dollar next to it. I'm like, let me just, well, it was meth. It was meth.
When did you know it was
almost
immediately?
So I was like,
what was it like?
Bro,
They say not even once, but
so I'm
twice if I like something.
I'm like, I'm on it right now. Just kidding. I'm like, y'all want some? I'm just kidding. But no, so I'll
be selling it down by the fridge.
Like
for anyone that
use code Julie 10 for a discount on your meth. Anyways, so no, not really. Just kidding. DEA. So I stand up. At first, I'm like, okay. And then I start pacing violently. I'm like talking to myself.
Things to do.
Yeah. No, but not even like that, just anxious. Like imagine the utmost anxiety you can feel where
I worked in a bar and it had a casino in it and the meth heads loved Mellow Yellow and that's all they drank. I always knew someone was on meth. It's like Mountain Dew, but Mellow Yellow. It's like a whatever.
It sounds like a meth drink.
Yeah.
Refreshing.
Yeah, we didn't have Mountain Dew, but we had Mellow Yellow. So I always knew someone was on meth if they drank Mellow Yellow. And then they'd come in and sit at the poker machine and just go, press their little lever.
Not blinking
more dopamine.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You know.
So I was pacing. I saw the fucking Hat Man. I was like, I'm not good. So I text my ex because I was too scared to go out into the room. So the way his bedroom was set up, it was in this back corner, but if you open the door, because it was always open, you could see the living room.
Sorry.
You're good. Where the party was going on always. And so I peek out with my little meth eyes and I see everyone just partying and I see him from far away, but like the words wouldn't come out to be like, hey, help, like, hello. And I just kept pacing. I was like, okay, if I go out there, I'm going to have to see people. But if I stay in here, I'm going to have to be by myself. And in my head, I'm like, what do I fucking like racking my brain? So I text him. I'm like, get in here now. I can't be by myself. I'm so goddamn anxious. I am pacing in circles.
In my brain.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, I'm seeing Slender Man in your room. Help me.
Did you have fun?
No.
What makes one want to
it wasn't
go
fun.
Back on that?
Nothing for me ever.
You know what I could go for is being afraid right now.
Yeah, frightened.
Which that does happen when I take the Adderall with coffee. I'm like, I am panicked.
It's like when it's just too much. Like you can't like really breathe all the way. You're like, oh, fuck, I've really done it this time.
I'm afraid.
I pushed it past the limit. Okay, noted. I'm going to do it again.
But no. Eat something. It's better to take.
Yeah. So he comes in. He puts on baby sensory videos for me. Like, you know, with like the little like veggie tails like hopping around and cute little like, and I'm like, okay.
He's like, this does the trick.
Yeah.
He's like I've seen this before.
Yes. I'm like, this will work. So then eventually hours and hours later, after me talking his fucking ear off, I fell asleep. And then the next day I was like, what the fuck was that? He's like, Rebecca, I didn't want to tell you in the moment and like give you worse anxiety, but like a kind soul. But that was meth. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, so that's the story of how I accidentally did meth. And
accidentally doing meth is crazy.
Isn't it though? Like, is that the thumbnail? Rebecca accidentally does meth. I'm like, huh? You're like, not clickbait, emotional.
It's like a crack pipe.
With a question mark over it, like, huh?
Accidentally.
You're all popping out of it. You're like, who? God,
Julie 10.
Dude, I'm already not ever gonna monetize on YouTube, so I'm just getting strictly brand deals. So that's all it's got to be. Like, recently I got hit up by a motorcycle apparel brand. I'm stoked on that. A male performance enhancement. I'm like, this is my demo, and I'm happy about it. I'm okay with this.
Target audience reach.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like, that is the kind of person who I think would want to listen to a story such as that, and I love that. Thank you guys.
Thanks for your support.
So, have you ever accidentally done meth?
I can't say I've ever accidentally done meth.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to
moving on.
I'm
just
like,
me. Okay.
The way I have to think about it.
So the way that all ended was I had a friend. Actually, I think you'll enjoy this. I had a friend who knew someone who worked at CCPD, the Corpus Christi Police Department, obviously. And since we had an inside person, they let me know that our house was being monitored by the gang unit.
Oh.
So I, being the cool and chill girlfriend, went and told them, I'm like, guys, I have something to say. Like, babe, don't worry.
Call a trap home meeting immediately.
Now. Everyone, living room. So they all go in there and I'm like, one's name was Easy. The other's name was
Let me guess how it was spelled.
Please.
Capital E, capital Z.
Yes. Yes.
Knew it.
His real name was Ezekiel. Yeah.
Easy.
Easy. The other was J-Rock. and the other was Gage, and he was a frat boy at A&M Corpus. And then I like how you get here.
We got Easy, we got JT, we got J Rock, we got F
Rock.
and Gage. Like
one time there was a knock on the door, and I think Gage was like on something, and he climbed out a window, just like the little frat guy. He's like, oh, just like he was a scared little squirrely man, but he was a good dude. With his family was like super rich too, so like he just wanted to be a part of that. He didn't need to make money. He just like felt like it was cool. But then he rapidly realized like, oh, this is like a thing. I could go to like prison. Yeah. So anyway,
I don't like people like when it's like, oh, I'm already happy I have mommy and daddy's money. It's like, let me cosplay a poor person.
It's like a novelty.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Like this, it's actually not very fun to.
Yeah, dude.
They're like, oh no, I'm just like free spirit. Like,
not like
you
quirky,
have
not like
health insurance. Like, must be nice.
Please, you have the good one too. Like you got Blue Cross Blue Shield, bro. Relax.
Shield, and you're not even paying your premium.
Please, goddamn, you're so right.
Yeah.
It's fucking true. It's like on Simple Life when like Paris and Nicole would go work at like a McDonald's. I'm like, what? You don't have to do that. You know, like it's cute and fun, but like people have to do that for real. You know what I mean? Like they really
just
are
cosplaying
like,
poor people. It's fine.
Yeah, dude. We should do a Simple Life spinoff of some sort and just go, like not that. That's might be offensive, but like go to like
no, that's just our real life.
Oh fuck this! Damn it! I'm like, oh yeah, wait.
I think that's Trisha Potatoes. How do you use Trisha?
Potatoes. Trisha Potatoes.
Trisha Paytas.
Mm-hmm.
She talks about it. She like loves like fast food, and she like people are like, you're like, you know, and this is insulting to like fast food workers. She's like, no, this is like other people wear football jerseys. This is my Super Bowl. Like I'm a fan of fast food and fast food workers. And she has like all of the outfits. I didn't see it.
A man just texted me. He's just like, I'll do whatever you want.
Yes, you will.
Like, thanks,
yes,
babe.
You will.
He's a tattoo or enter a new player into the ring.
Ooh.
First exclusive with Julie here.
I know. I'm like, do I have anything? No.
Let us know. Honestly, we love a life update. I met him at ADN's in Vegas.
There's life updates. Okay.
It's giving that one song where he's like, met her at Coachella, you know?
Yeah.
But met him at the porn convention in Vegas.
Why are you at a porn convention in Vegas?
That is such a good question. So I went with the owner of
my boobs.
Like,
what do you mean? What was I doing on the porn?
Let me show you better than I can tell you.
Censored? Question mark.
Rebecca does porn, huh?
I accidentally ended up at a porn convention. Actually,
I just slipped and ended up in Vegas at the AV. No, so anyway, people were coming up to me and Alex though, and they were like, "Are y'all like actors?" We're like, "No, we're just happy to be here. We're fans, bro. We just like watching porn. We're no better than a man." But so I was hanging out with and at this point, like we're cool again for a while. I did an 1.5-hour podcast roasting him within an inch of his life, and we weren't cool, but now we are. The owner of a very large coffee company and I were talking for a little bit, and he flew me and a friend to Alex to Vegas, stayed at the Fountain Blue. It was fucking sick, and it was during SHOT Show, which is a big like tactical gun show thing, because that's like their brand is very like military tactical, whatever, and AVN. So the porn convention was going on at the same time. Genius on the AVN's part, because you know all the gun guys are going to want to go to AVN's. So literally,
absolutely
clear pipeline from a gun guy.
That's marketing.
Fuck yeah. And they did. So as did I. So I went, and granted, I was there with this man and he was really fucking cool. I also met a few other men in question. Nothing happened, just as homies. But now that me and the coffee guy in question are just friends, this other dude, enter a new player into the arena, is a tattoo artist in
I love
Nashville.
When a new character is unlocked.
Exactly. A new little guy is just spawning in my life. So
new
he is going to give me a whole sleeve.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I want to cover this guy, like the little sticker sleeve, and just do a little.
I like the randomness though.
Thank you. Do I simply do just like this upper part and like fade it into the little sticker?
I like the sticker look.
Yeah.
I don't like the sleeve look as much.
Okay. We'll mull this over. We have time. But he actually FaceTimed me on the way here, and I was like, do I FaceTime him on the podcast and just like introduce him to everyone and see like what he says and have them ask him questions?
We'll see if he makes the cut to
Yeah.
I make people go through tryouts.
Yeah. Do you want to see him?
Yeah, I do.
You're going to be like, Rebecca, what the literal actual fuck?
I do.
It's
my
like
girlfriend, I was out out having drinks the other night. We'll keep it real vague. And she was like, oh, who are you with? I was like, my name is not important. This is just for the plot. Exactly. I was like, I'll tell you if they end up needing
things
a name.
progress.
Like,
yeah.
You don't need to know a name.
I think people need like code names anyway, because I just be forgetting real names.
Yeah.
Also, which is fucked up.
I do too.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to dinner with.
They haven't earned a name.
Mm-hmm.
Because why, as a man, do you need a name if you haven't earned one?
Quite literally.
Just a man.
Okay.
No, I can see like.
Yeah.
I think he's actually cute.
Dude, yeah. I'm like, just deck me, you know? Like, it's like what I posted on my close friend story last night. It was a guy like, oof, oof, like doing the little like screamo. I'm like, I fear this is my type.
I don't know if he would necessarily treat a woman right.
Oh, no.
He does look like a piece of shit, but.
Yeah, but I love that shit, dude. Like, just smoking cigarettes, just like something about it. Like, don't smoke near me, but adjacent. Like,
I don't know. I'm a big teeth person. I don't know about that. I mean, everyone loves a bad boy.
There's veneers, you know? Slap a little composite bonding on that bad boy. No makeup. Like when they see like Bella Hadid with like a full beat, but it's natural, and they're like, oh, I love a girl like that doesn't wear makeup.
See, that's the thing is like, if we will say this, they'll be like, no plastic surgery and all this is better. But I'm like, I guarantee you like have loved a woman or like been like, she's so hot and she probably has like the filler and everything. You know, they don't think like that. It's even when we do makeup, like guys are like, I don't like makeup. Like no one thinks like, oh, I really love when a girl like draws like a black line on her eye. But what it does, all like makeup has a purpose. Like men, like for attractiveness, like bigger eyes are seen as more attractive.
I was talking to a guy the other day, back to like, I guess the natural versus not discussion. Like there's really well done BBLs, but if it's well done, you can't tell it's a BBL. So he's like, no, I hate BBLs. They look terrible. I'm like, yeah, because you only know of a BBL when it looks bad.
Yeah.
Like you'll see it and you're like, oh, that looks terrible. But if you see a good one, you're like, oh, that girl's fine as fuck. You don't think it's one. Like there's this doctor in Houston. His name is Jung Money. And they look
J-Rock, Jung Money.
Yeah, he lived in the trap house too. I fucking wish, dude.
He could have. They're like, well, you can come to our trap house, but you have to have a name.
Yeah.
Like we all have a name.
Damn. That is where where Bex came from, like BEX. It started because they were like, my ex, I'm like, maybe TMI, who knows at this point. He said like, back then I looked like a sex doll.
I give sex doll.
I've heard that a number of times in my life. And so they were like, oh, we should give you like a porn.
No one's ever told me I look like a sex doll.
But maybe that's for the best, you know? But I'm like, I don't know.
Sex doll too.
Yeah, you're like, wait a goddamn minute. You're like, Jung Money.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, literally. Let's go to Houston. But so they called me Bex, but with 3 X's, like the 3X, yeah. And so that's how it started. But now people just call me Bex with 1 X, and I'm like, little do y'all know where that came from. But now y'all know.
My friends in Montana, I do have a trap house name. No one ever did this in Texas, but when I was in Montana, my friends, whenever I'd get drunk, they'd call me J Pain because they're like, you have like, my alter ego is not just like wild. It is like, I am better than you. Like the rapper, like T-Pain, it's like, sunglasses in a club. I have all the money in the world, all the power, like very masculine. And they're like, oh, J Pain, and like just
I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
That's better than a fucking sex doll. You're just like a powerful, like literally like a CEO.
Yeah,
I'm like just a plastic, like
God damn it. Yeah. So whenever I'd get drunk, and like I would just start being like, for all like, who are these peasants is how I would refer to people as. I'm like, ugh, these peasants. And they're like, J Pain is
they're like
here.
The building.
They're like, hey, J Pain can afford it. I'm like, that's right. Yes, I can. And
you're
afford
like,
that.
In fact, she could not.
Yeah. I actually have $0.
Yeah, in retrospect, I do not. But yeah.
Yeah, but I had the attitude. I'm like, I don't need to pay for that.
Yeah.
You pay me for me.
Oh. The bar's like, that is not how it works. You're like, yeah, it is.
I would say that when I was a server and worked at the casino too, like I would just be all like, give me that. Like, give me that money. One time I told the guy, I was like, he was like, kept hitting on me. And I'm like, oh my God, like, go away. You're being annoying. And I was like, actually, I'm like, get on your knees and give me $20. I don't know why I said 20. I should have said more. Got on his knees, give me $20.
As you should. Holy shit.
So just try it.
Dude, you know what?
Honestly, he loved it too. It made him not leave me alone.
Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And I swear to God, I will say this till the day I die. Men love that shit. They do.
I know.
Y'all might say, like, not me, I don't. Shut up. You probably cheat. So, like, you know,
women love being abused too. It's fine.
No, fuck. Not us, though. Please stop. Never again.
Please stop.
I'm like, please, anyone but us.
Please,
like,
I've had enough. I've had enough.
Leave us the fuck alone.
There's been times in my life where I've
dude, just the toxicity of it all. Yeah, it's like a little challenge,
bond, you know?
But yeah. Recently, I've taken to just testing the waters in certain cases, a little experiment, if you will. And I feel you'll enjoy this from a psychological perspective, and maybe you can give me more insight.
Experimenting with abuse?
Yes. I dabble. Just kidding. No. But like a little bit of just like trying different tactics. So like,
oh yeah.
That are just
I have all my
to
science
me.
Experiments.
Yeah. It's just entertaining to me. It's like
boyfriend, you mean science experiment?
Yeah. Like, so for example, I'll text men at random and be like, hey, write me a haiku.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been really entertaining. And like they all do. Last night, this guy who's been trying to like text or whatever, he's like, hey, like text me. I was like, I got time. Okay. So I do. And I'm like, hey, it's Rebecca. And before that, he had said
Bex.
like, it's Bex. What's good? It's J-Rocked. Better formerly known as. But he's like, oh shit, I know her. I was in the trap house too. But yeah, I was like, because he had said something about me being cute, like in the last DM he sent me. So I text him. The first text is, hey, it's Rebecca. So like, how cute am I? Like, spare no details and put it in paragraph form. Thank you. And so originally he says,
I need to start fucking with people more.
Dude, I
love fucking with people.
And it works. Like,
I know. You can get real far.
Yeah. I mean, made it this far in life, right? You're on secured sashies. But so just, you want a whole Netflix show?
Yeah,
like, I mean, honestly.
Actually, yeah.
So he at first, and silence is so powerful, y'all. Pro tip for everyone who's like, how'd you go to Dubai and how'd you go to Vegas without like hooking up with anyone first? Let me tell you.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. I'm like, take out.
I didn't even kiss anyone.
Thank you.
Dubai free.
Thank you. I'm like, take out a pen and paper, a Kindle, whatever you have like near you.
Yeah.
So literally just be fucking aloof. Don't fucking throw yourself at people. Like,
and here's how you get out of, I have so many good tips actually for this of like how to get your whole life for free. But you just say like, I'm a lady. And we are.
It's true.
They like value. Actually, it's like very valued. Like whenever I hear of like, because I have had girlfriends and they're like, oh, like, yeah, but I had to sleep with him. I'm like, you don't have to do that. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do that.
Of course, he's not going to stop you, but you don't fucking have to.
Yeah, you actually, and it's like to your benefit to not.
Because they're going to keep trying.
Yeah.
Like harder, in fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
eventually, like they will get pissed, but you never had to sleep with them and you probably will get some.
No one's forced to do anything they don't want to do. And I know people like that too, where they're like, oh, well, but I had to pay for this and I had to go here and I had to like hook up with them. I'm like, no, the fuck you did not.
Don't do that.
And they're like, well,
stop doing that. Don't.
No. PSA.
You don't have to. You don't have to even touch them. Like, ugh.
You don't have to make eye contact.
Yeah, I love it. No.
I get a spectrum. I don't know, but what were we saying?
How to get stuff for free without sleeping with a man.
Yes, just don't sleep with him. I'm like, just
don't sleep with him.
I'm like, just simply don't. And the thing is, I swear to God, it makes them try harder and it makes them value you more. Maybe like at least initially, they're like, oh, this girl's not just like vigorously popping her pussy all over Austin. That's different.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you should like, it's just a win-win. Don't sleep with them.
I forgot the little story we were telling before that, but
this has gone so many different directions.
I'm like, thanks, Big Pharma. Fuck you again. Still hate
most
you.
ADHD coded episode ever.
I kind of love it, but like at the same time, still please give me my medication. I beg. Dude, this girl, last story that I made cry at Pop was talking to Matt Rife. And was called on stage at the canceled podcast by Brooke because she was also talking to him. And she brought like a group of girls who like they were in a group chat and they all had been caught like talking to Matt Rife. And they brought them all on stage on the canceled tour. And one of the girls was a girl that I made cry at Pop because she was trying to talk to my ex. Yeah. Fun little story. Hi, guys.
Hi.
How's it going? We'll like pause for a sec. These are y'all's little seats right here. But nice to meet you guys. How's it going? No, you're good.